Media are reporting that Cadillac is going after Tesla. And actually, it's true. They are setting up shop in Tesla Superchargers, or right next to them, to try and poach Tesla owners. Cadillac EV, it's pretty impressive. But there's one key reason why doing this is just lunacy and makes zero sense. There's one key thing that General Motors and Cadillac are doing that is just absolute idiocy. And honestly, I find it kind of embarrassing to see this stuff. It's like setting up an ice cream shop right next to whoever the biggest ice cream brand is in whatever country you're in, talking about how great your ice creams are. Everyone goes to buy one. You open the fridge and hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. It's great to see every single one of the new electric cars that have come out this year. Some of them have been amazing. Some of them have been lard asses, things that they're way heavier than they should be, and no one's talking about it. Some of them have been technological masterpieces. Some of the news we've seen recently with EVs is unreal. It's exciting stuff because it proves the naysayers wrong. It proves the German finance minister wrong. It proves the head of Stellantis wrong. It proves so many people wrong who are saying EVs are expensive or EVs are going up in price, all this kind of stuff. General Motors, they actually make some pretty decent EVs. They're not the best, but they are definitely good. That's what I think. I'm convinced that their new electric pickup truck, the Silverado EV, will be better than the Ford F-150. Now, there's a key reason why I think that the Cybertruck will be the best. Not that you can buy one, but I think it will be. But I'm going to get into that in a new video coming soon. Now, speaking of General Motors, they are moving away from prismatic cells, it sounds like, potentially, to build a new battery plant that will actually use cylindrical cells. The word is they'll be 4680 size cylindrical cells, which is what Tesla use, which is a kind of a curious thing to do. Speaking of GM and Tesla, GM have set these displays up, these cars up in Tesla Supercharger stalls, sort of near these chargers. It's happened a few times now. This is not the first time. And the media are saying, yeah, GM are going after Tesla. Of course they are. They're going after Tesla, trying to poach customers. However, while this is happening, even General Motors fan sites, GM sites that are pretty well affiliated with GM Authority, for example, have reported that Tesla is poaching sales from General Motors, in particular from Cadillac. And there's a key reason for this. Tesla isn't doing advertising to poach these customers. GM is doing all the work for them. The Cadillac Lyriq is actually a compelling electric car. I mean, I think the bonnet is stupidly long. You could fit two V8 engines in there. But it's a really nice looking vehicle, and it's definitely a car that I would consider if I lived in the US where you can buy them. Or can you? Can you buy them? Well, actually, this is the key reason why Tesla's getting new customers. People who have put orders in for Cadillac Lyriq EVs have said, they've reported many, many times now, they've got no word when they'll be getting their car. They've contacted GM, crickets, just silence, just nothing. And the thing is, this is actually making potential new customers not even consider putting in an order because they're reading these comments, they're hearing about these experiences, and they're like, well, there's no point in me ordering one. I'll just go buy a Tesla. I don't have much choice here. That's what's happening. But why on earth would GM set up these Cadillac vehicles to actually give people test rides? This is what they're doing. They're paying money. GM is paying for this. They're paying marketers. They're paying people to actually drive these cars around. They're paying for the insurance. They're paying to do this. They're setting up their vehicles in Tesla Superchargers to give people test rides of the Cadillac Lyriq, which they can't even take delivery of. What exactly is the point to this? It's a lot like General Motors when they put the Super Bowl advertisements, right? They pay millions of dollars for advertisements at the Super Bowl for their EVs, their future EVs. And what happens? Tesla gets more traffic to their website than they'd had for 5 years. Massive spike in traffic. Tesla sells literally tens of thousands of cars within a couple of weeks, and it's all thanks to GM's advertising. Now, I think the Cadillac Lyriq is 100% a car worth considering, but why on earth GM would be bothering with this mental strategy where they're paying money to sell a product that they don't even have stock of. I don't understand. I think it's sort of saying to customers, what matters more to us than anything else is the appearance of what we're doing, not what we're actually doing. Because yeah, this car appears wonderful, but if you can't buy one, then when you open your ice cream fridge up and it's bare, everyone looks at you like, are you a clown or are you serious? You want to sell us some ice cream? Put some damn ice cream in the fridge so we can actually buy it. But there isn't any. So GM's buyers are going to Tesla or to Ford or wherever else they're going, and GM ends up just looking silly. But that's my take. Maybe I'm being too critical here. I do like the Cadillac Lyriq. I do like it. But I don't like these sort of weird tactics. Now, if Tesla had set up shop in a GM, like this is basically like, you've seen the photos here, this is basically like Tesla putting their cars in a General Motors dealership and putting a sign on them saying test drives. I mean, that's a bit rude. I mean, that's a bit rich. I'm not sure I'm even cool with anyone doing that to anyone else. Seems a bit like morally unethical, but that's just me. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comments. Now, General Motors is also doing this in China, where it's sort of a weird thing to do in China because the Lyriq starts at around $70,000 US. It's nearly twice the price of a Model Y. You get a Model Y for about $40,000 US. That's nearly $30,000 more. I'm not really convinced people going to Tesla dealerships are in the market for a $70,000 Cadillac Lyriq, because in China, Tesla doesn't really even sell, right? The Model X is a niche vehicle, totally a niche vehicle. So I'm not really convinced that this is a smart strategy that's going to sell Cadillac Lyriqs for them. But hey, whatever. I can say there's something worth looking at here, which is this. Before the Ford Mustang Mach-E came out in China, a huge fan club sprung up on the internet, and they made their own website and all this stuff. Basically, fans of the Ford company wanted to buy an electric Ford, the Mustang Mach-E. Ford said, yeah, we're bringing it to China. You guys, put in your orders now, bring out the Mach-E. Well, they did. People put their orders in. They actually paid money to put their orders in, and Ford was about 12 months late to actually bringing the cars out. Many customers just got sick of waiting, and they started buying Tesla vehicles. Now, they started telling their friends in this forum, hey guys, I'm buying a Tesla because we don't know how this is taking too long. This is ridiculous. When are we going to get the cars? Because of that happening, it was sort of like a peer group thing. So actually, apparently most of the forum actually went and bought a Tesla vehicle. So I don't know how much stock GM has of the Lyriq EV in China. They're keeping pretty tight-lipped on this. But maybe a smarter strategy for General Motors in China would be to go and park the car next to a gas station in an expensive area. Find all the expensive areas, go park next to a gas station. When people are there filling up their car with fuel, paying probably more than they want to, say to them, hey, have a test drive of this Uber luxury vehicle. It's way better than your old BMW, your old Mercedes, your old Audi, your old Lexus. You'll feel it's smooth, it's quiet. Maybe some of those guys would be up for a test drive. And that'd be like a nice way of doing business rather than trying to attack Tesla. Those are my thoughts anyway. Let me know yours in the comments, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.